Henry Cavill has been let go as Superman from DC. And I think whether or not you are a Snyder fan or just a DC fan in general, I think this is a blow for all of us. In a Twitter thread released earlier today, James Gunn announces his excitement for DC's new slate. The initial stage focuses on a younger Superman who won't be played by Henry Cavill. He then says, "But we just had a meeting with Henry and we're big fans, and we talked about a number of exciting possibilities to work together in the future." That makes it sound like Henry could come back as Superman. But Henry Cavill made an Instagram post where he said, "I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it's sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman, after being told by the studio to announce my return back in October prior to their hire. This news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens, and I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those of you who have been by my side throughout the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember, Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards." That post doesn't sound like someone who will get to come back as Superman. Nor does it sound like someone who is excited about the possibilities of working with Gunn. Instead, it sounds like a guy who knows he was shafted and handles it with dignity. And let's be clear, Henry Cavill is getting screwed over. He got to play Superman for 4 years, came back to do reshoots for the Snyder Cut, and a couple years later gets a cameo in Black Adam with a promise of returning to the DCU, only to be told, "Actually, we just hired 2 new guys and you don't fit in with their plans." Some say it sucks even more for Cavill because he gave up the Witcher role to play Superman because of scheduling conflicts. While I believe that's a possibility, I think the main reason he left The Witcher was due to creative differences because the showrunners were repeatedly ignoring the source material, which bothered their star actor. The main reason I like Henry Cavill, not just as Superman or Geralt, but as an actor for these roles, is because he is a genuine nerd and has shown integrity regarding the source material. Now you might say, if he respects the source material, then why did he play Superman who seems to oppose the traditional depiction from the comics? To me, the answer is simple. Henry was younger, he didn't have the star power to throw his weight around to fight for the source material, and he was offered the role of Superman. Man of Steel came out just after the Avengers and about the same time as Iron Man 3. I'd bet that Warner Brothers promised Henry Cavill that he would lead the DCEU for 10 to 15 years, in the way Robert Downey Jr. led the MCU as Tony Stark. And I think he could have. I don't blame Henry Cavill for the way his Superman turned out. That's all on the writers and directors. Full disclaimer, and this is probably a hot take, my favorite Superman of this generation is actually Tyler Hoechlin from the CW. I think he looks the part, he's got the right attitude, his Superman has a presence of strength and protection, and he inspires hope, something Henry Cavill's Superman mostly failed to do. Of course, the CW has its problems with writing and CGI, and I'm not expecting Tyler Hoechlin to ever go over to the movies of Superman. So I think Henry Cavill was the best option, and I really wanted to see him get the chance to play a more hopeful Superman. Looking at the business side of things, DC has made a dumbass decision. I wonder if David Zaslav had a plan involving Cavill, or if he realized too late that he had made a mistake and asked James Gunn and Peter Safran to clean it up. If that were the case, then I couldn't fault Gunn for doing so. But it doesn't seem like that's the case since his and Henry Cavill's messages on social media don't seem to be in sync. I have heard rumors that Jason Momoa might be recast as Lobo, so maybe James Gunn meant something similar was in the works for Henry Cavill when he mentioned exciting possibilities. Let's be honest, Warner Bros. And DC have never replicated the success of the MCU, so why start now? That being said, aside from Henry Cavill being fired, it's good? Can I use that word? It's good that DC does have a plan, though we'll have to wait to see how that plan turns out. I have enjoyed the Guardians of the Galaxy films, Suicide Squad was good, and Peacemaker was pretty goofy, but it wasn't bad. So let's try to have some hope for the future. After all, if the guy who played Superman can wish for the success of the DCU after getting canned, we should also be able to. Try and refrain from letting your hatred for executive decisions at the company cause you to ignore your desire for good movies. Just remember that we want good DC movies. We wouldn't be angry if we didn't care. But I do wish the best for Henry Cavill. Maybe someday he will get to helm a project that he has more creative control over so that we can witness his passion as both a fan and actor come through. But let me know what you guys think of this news in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell so you never miss out on a new video. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.